Hi, welcome to my new TV show. I'm Ryan the Singing Welder, and I'm thankful to have you all here today. Today, we're going to do a bit of an introduction as to who I am, this series, and where it's going to take us. It's going to be a bit of a mad journey, so follow along.
Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is
Ryan the Singing Welder.
and we're your hosts of the Arc Files. Arc Files. The Arc Files itself is going to be a new series. The series itself is going to be talking about certain things that are going to be serious, informative, sometimes funny. I mean, you've got me and Ryan, the Singing Welder. Can't not be funny.
Way!
But the idea of this is to basically bring a crowd together, a community together, and we can all enjoy certain things and be one, be a community. And I think the best part about being a co-host with Ryan is the fact that that's one thing we're really, really big on is community, isn't it?
Absolutely, we can't wait. It's just the way that this is going to bring the community together. So what you can expect on this show is unsigned artists, signed artists, some local celebrities, and then many different experiences that we're going to bring you. And we're also going to bring you along on some of the places that we go to, the different tours that we're going on, different shows that we're going on. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. So
live vlogging is a very key point because obviously everyone does love to see the behind the scenes.
They really do,
of tours, 100%. And I think that's something I'm going to be really looking forward to myself personally. With my busy schedule, so I'll be watching the videos as well. I'm not gonna lie, and I'll be doing it as well. So you can't forget that. But yeah, no, it's going to be great. So do tune in to any episodes that you feel free. We'll, as you say, be bringing a lot of people onto the shows itself and basically bringing our authentic selves. And yeah, really is a pleasure doing it with you, mate.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
So today I am joined by Nathan, one of the directors from More Than Men. The link's in the bottom corner. They are an absolutely amazing charity group that do a lot of work in the Warrington community to look after men who are struggling and perhaps feel on their own at times. And it's a very, very good charity. So if you're interested, click the link. It'll be down there.
So, who the fuck are you? Tell us a bit about yourself.
Pretty much. I'm Ryan. I'm from Warrington. I'm 25 years of age, born and bred round here. Yeah, I go by the stage name, the Singing Welder.
Tell us a bit about like the music that you do.
Pretty much, I do all the singer-songwriter stuff. I write my own stuff. I've got an album coming out. Check my page, you'll see it. I've got an album coming out, so I'm going to get that out to the people soon. And it's been an absolute journey from where I started to where I am now. I always wanted to learn how to play the guitar, and I've just never made the time to do it. But I've sang for my entire life. I've always sung. I started probably when I was about 7 or 8 years old. But during school, I then lost my confidence because other kids would pick on me and bully me and whatnot. So I wouldn't do it in front of people.
Is that the first time you ever touched a guitar when you thought you'd pick one up?
No, not quite. So I didn't pick a guitar up till I was... Christ, I remember picking one up when I was in the army for a while.
Yeah.
One of my friends, he was in the Corps of Army Music, absolutely phenomenal drummer, phenomenal musician, so talented.
Yeah.
And I remember him sitting there in a room with me when I was about 16, 17, and he was like, do this, do this, do this. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it, so I sort of wrote it off at that point. It was like, I'll just stick to singing, because I've been singing for a lot longer.
Yeah.
We're now at about 24 years old. We've lost a pregnancy. I've lost my business at this point. Well, not business. I've lost my businesses. I had 3 companies at the time. 3 companies at the time, and it sort of just went wrong from there. So I bought a guitar. I started learning. I taught myself. I've never had a single lesson. Don't get me wrong. I've had a couple of friends show me what to do, but I've never been able to learn from someone else. I've always had to figure it out for myself.
So it really is authentic then, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, pretty much. And then it sort of just went from there, to be honest. It went absolutely mental because over the years when I've sang in front of people, they've turned around and said, you need to do something with your voice.
Yeah.
And I've just never done anything with it. I've never thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to be a singer.
Yeah.
So in a way, I feel a bit like a fraud because I've not wanted this my entire life. There's artists out there that have been working for this now 15, 20 years, so on and so forth. But I feel like in a way, when things are meant to happen, they happen.
Well, they say, don't they, that music is a bit of a storytelling side of things, and if you can build that emotion in there when you're actually singing, which from the music that I've listened to of his, there's one thing you do really, really well is bring the emotion into it.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think that I wouldn't sort of say only just picked up a guitar, but you know, within recent years that you've only just sort of picked up a guitar, you wouldn't think that, because I mean, the guitar itself complements your voice and you're singing very, very well.
Yeah.
But the emotion that you bring to the songs and the music that you produce, second to none. So I feel as if, yeah, it is your calling to be a singer. Absolutely, 100%.
That's what I'm thinking at the moment. I'm not going to disagree with you. I mean, at present time, we've now got a tour that's ready to go.
Oh yeah, tell us a bit about that.
Set on tour.
So yeah, tell us a bit about your tour.
So pretty much, we've got the UK and America set, and they're set in stone. The dates that I've released, go and check my profile. You'll see them on there. We're going to a multitude of different different states. We're going to do Texas, Ashburn. We've got Colorado in there. We've got so many different states. Nashville being the one that I cannot wait to come and see you all, because you've been absolutely lighting up my DMs. I cannot wait to meet some of you. The UK, we've got London to do, we've got Manchester, we've got Leeds, we've got Liverpool, we've got Newcastle, we've got Dublin, we've got so many different places. I've just leaked something. And yeah, do you know what? I'm really, really excited, because it's gone absolutely bloody mental.
A big lineup, isn't it, really? Let's be fair.
Yeah.
And where can you find those dates, did you say?
If you go on my TikTok, or you go on YouTube, or you go on Facebook, just Google The Singing Welder and it'll come up, really.
So you can find all the tours there. Oh, we've got to fly.
It's pretty mad, though. It's it's just the way the life's gone at the moment. It's sort of gone from losing everything to starting again to having something to build on and develop as a person.
The rebuild.
Yeah, absolutely.
The rebuild.
Absolutely.
I like that a lot. And are you excited for your tour?
I cannot wait. Some of the people that have been in the DMs and some of the people in the comment sections across the board just been so supportive, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got my own family that are supporting me at the moment. I've got a multitude of different factors in my life that are just going at the right pace for where I need to be. And I've also got a beautiful wife as well. Love her so dearly.
The beautiful wife behind the camera. Yeah. No, and I mean, if I'm completely honest, and you can probably sort of think this yourself, obviously singing either, you know, live on stage, like you have done several times, singing down to a camera, your videos, tour, it's going to be that.
Yeah. I think it's going to be that level. To that epitome level of where
it is. It's going to be that level, and the reason why I sort of say that is because as soon as you hit peak, and you really get that emotion out, the love of what you're doing then will be.
It'll shine through.
It'll shine.
I've grown up in a place called Woolston. I've been raised by an absolutely lovely family. I come from a single mother, single parent background. I've got a twin sister. Yeah, family's great.
Perfect. Yeah, you was in the army, wasn't you?
I certainly was. Yeah. I did a bit
about your army life.
Short stint in the army.
Yeah.
Joined at 16. Not one of my smartest decisions. I'll tell you why in a moment. It's not really one of my smartest decisions, because joining at 16, you're sort of a little bit vulnerable to what's going on. I'm not going to say it's a bad idea, but if I would have waited till perhaps I was maybe 18 or 20, I probably would have stayed in a lot longer. I didn't really get to enjoy my childhood as a 16-year-old should have done. So from that point, I just, joined the army at 16. I decided to go in the Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers. I decided to get myself a trade. So I went in as an armourer / gunsmith, weapon system engineer, whatever you want to call it. I used to fix all the small arms, the rifles, the GPMGs, anything from AS-90 guns to light guns, and you name it, I could turn my hand to it. That was pretty much what I did. And
I think probably one of the good things about the army is you do meet sort of a lifelong friends, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You meet so many different friends. You meet so many good friends. You call them brothers for a reason.
Yeah.
Very, very close. Very, very close. You literally like that with them. You're living, eating, shitting, every single thing that you do with them, you become this band of brothers. And it's nice to know that someone is stood behind you when you need them. Well, not stood behind you, stood to the side of you, so to speak.
But no, big shout out to the brothers in arms, absolutely.
Absolutely. Are you ready, kids? Aye, Captain!
Yeah, so as Ryan said, obviously I'm one of the directors of More Than Men. We've been going now coming up to 3 years. I think from when it all started, really, if anything. So I think, so I didn't necessarily know I was sort of, I would say depressed at the time, but I was addicted to drink, cocaine. I say addicted, but I was, in my mind, I was self-medicating. I've recently been diagnosed with adult ADHD and autism, and which, from the big scale of things, if looking at myself or anyone looking in, I wouldn't, put a picture on autism, but I did. So I assumed I could never be autistic. I always used to have my own image of what autism was. So to me, I thought I was like kind of, there was something wrong with me, and then didn't really know what it was. So, but drugs, cancelled that out. I'm not gonna
sort of slip down that path.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm not saying take drugs, don't take drugs. Drugs are bad, very, very bad. But drugs are only bad when you run away from something. So, and I only say that from my perspective. So, as I said, I'm not condoning drugs in any way, shape, or form, because, as I said, drugs allowed me to socialize. It allowed me to be a people person. It allowed me to be in settings where other people were, my friends were. I don't have family, so I couldn't go and have my safe space with people, being my family of such. My safe space was my friends. So then being out all the time was very, very hard for me unless I had a drink or unless I had drugs. So in reality, to me, that was my safe haven. I would be able to do that if I had drink and drugs. But then I would say a bad turn where I lost a good friend of mine. And then I had a spiral then of, depression. And then I was trying to use that then to silence the noise in my head rather than to socialise, rather than to this. And then it did then gradually get really, really severe. I think the main concern to me was the fact that because I've got ADHD, I am very, very impulsive. If I get a thought into my head, I do act on it. And one of those thoughts were suicide, especially when you hurt people around you for taking drugs, doing drink. Regardless of how much of a good person you are, you will hurt your family, you will hurt your friends. So yeah, I told myself that I wanted to kill myself, and I acted on it. Luckily enough, I was revived in the hospital. And the sort of main concern to me was I was asked then if I was suicidal. I did want to kill myself, and I didn't want to kill myself because, as I said, it was just an impulsion. I did want to kill myself at the time, but I didn't want to, got revived. But to me, that was the confusing part, because they asked me then, if you wanted to kill yourself, and I didn't. I was like, okay, well, come back when you do. Come back when you want to kill yourself, and we'll help you. I was like,
the NHS systems nowadays are not really built for normal people, are they?
They're outdated. They are very much outdated, and it's not taking it away from the working class NHS, because they've worked really, really hard. I just think the tick box system, or the systems that they've got for who requires the help, or who requires the support, in a sense, is very underappreciated, and that in itself is what can take lives.
Yeah,
and it nearly took mine.
It certainly can.
Hang
on a sec. Sorry, cut that bit there. We'll put that in a second. So, can you tell me more about More Than Men and what they do for the community?
What did you want me to say again? That's the ADHD.
I'll edit that. Keep it rolling.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me more about the More Than Men charity and what they do for the community?
Yeah. So, More Than Men is a men's mental health CIC. So what we do is we do peer support groups such as Brew and Banter. It's a peer-led group, men only, and that in itself is our sort of basically therapy for men. It's like shoulder to shoulder therapy.
Yeah.
A lot of like-minded men, lived experience. Obviously, everyone wants to do to help everyone else, but we do get a lot of support by just offloading to people, having a laugh. Well, it's the real reason why we call it Brew and Banter is because that's the end goal. The end goal of it is just to sort of get your stresses out, and then of course, just enjoy your time, enjoy your moments, and have a laugh. We then do our More Than Wellbeing, which in reality of that's just to kind of cross paths with women, so women can come in and feel support, businesses, and then activities such as like snooker and so on.
Could you tell us more about the recent visit to a prison that you did?
Yeah, we went into Thorncross Prison, which was quite eventful, to be fair, but we enjoyed it. We really did enjoy it, because I think the main thing is with anything these days is there's a stigma around certain things, such as like, once you've done certain things, you can't change your life, you can't do what you're doing, and people only know what they know. And unless you kind of change that cycle, or even just support them and listen to them on their level, they're not going to change the cycle.
Exactly. I do feel like with prisons nowadays, they shut the door, they lock them away, and they forget about them. And yes, they are people. Some of them have done absolutely heinous things. They have, but they're still human beings. They still have feelings. They're not animals, do you know what I mean? And when you lock someone in a cage and you treat them like an animal, they're going to remain an animal, aren't they?
Well, I've always said, don't paint everyone by the same brush. Don't, as you said, some people can do some awful stuff, but you know, just because you're in the same place with the same people, doesn't mean that you're the same person. And that's the bigger picture of it all. But it does take the likes of us. I mean, we're two young men that run this group, which makes it a little bit easier to come on to the point of sort of being a lad's lad. That's what it was easier about going into the prisons. We weren't this top-notch business or this person telling you what to do. We were just there to listen, to talk, to understand, and just then give opportunity to try and change their lives.
I won't start, lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man, and I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words